Welcome back to Out of Left Field. Close your eyes and think of your favorite sports play of all time. Really let it sink in. Remember how it felt and who you were with. Now open your eyes. It stinks that that image is gone, right? Well, an artist who grew up in Northeast Pennsylvania wants to help you hold on to that memory, that feeling, in a unique way. For sports fans, certain plays hang on in their minds like art in a gallery. One play may bring memories of unbridled joy, and another terrible sadness. These highlights may be mixed with memories of loved ones still present, and others who now only reside in that same gallery of the mind. Both sports and art can bring connection. Back in 1999, I was a freshman in high school, and I was still getting to know a new group of friends. One of my new buddies came over to watch Penn State play Miami. Our Nittany Lions were losing late in the game when quarterback Kevin Thompson found receiver Shafi Fields open down the sideline. Fields caught the ball, scored a touchdown, and Penn State won the game 27-23. My friend and I ran out into my backyard celebrating like maniacs. It was an unforgettable moment of a blooming friendship forged through sports. It's a moment that I'll never forget, so when I came face to face with an illustration of that play by artist Steve Voyce, I was at a loss for words. Do you see it in people's faces sometimes when they look at something and you could see someone like connect with a drawing?
Yeah, and that's the beautiful thing about art. It affects people in different ways, and if you can get that emotion out of somebody, I think you did your job right.
That famous touchdown means one thing to me and something different to the person who caught it, Shafi Fields. When Voyce's art finally caught up with Fields, he had to like what he saw, but Fields wanted something just a little different for his own personal collection.
So he caught the ball and he ran up the sideline, and so the picture you see here is him catching it, but he asked for another one where he beat the defender, and the defender was Ed Reed, one of the greatest safeties of all time. And so the photograph that we had was very blurry, and I was able to draw him, but when Ed Reed went to make the tackle, he was kind of twisted and falling over, and he said, "Steve, if we can alter one thing," he goes, "I want people to see Ed Reed's name on the back of his jersey." So I had manipulated that in so that you could see Ed Reed and his name on the back of the jersey.
With markers, pencils, pens, and brushes, Voyce has erased whatever thin line that may have separated sports and art. Through his work, fans and athletes can now see and relive their favorite moments in a whole new way.
I grew up with 3 younger brothers, and so I think my parents wanted to get me into sports, you know, keep us out of trouble, have us be active, and you know, there's a lot of good life lessons that come along with sports, you know, working as a team, and how to not be a sore loser, those kind of things. My brothers, you know, we each went and we all tried different sports growing up. I went towards football.
Steve Voyce started to blend 2 of his passions at a young age, football and drawing.
Right when I was learning football and I was able to understand all the rules, and so I was probably about 10. The Rams are my team, and so Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, Isaac Bruce, you know, the greatest show on turf years. That was my first drawing of sports. But I mean, I would draw anything, and it was one of those things. Like, I always liked to create. I like building stuff and making stuff.
Voyce played linebacker at Abington Heights High School in Clark Summit. He collected some big wins, a nice sack, and headed off to college thinking graphic design would be his future. But inspiration from a teacher helped him gravitate back to drawing, and as he practiced on getting better and better, he knew just where to look for inspiration.
The Saquon one, I do remember, that was an away game. So I was watching that on TV at my friend's house, and Penn State was losing in that game. It was a real nail biter, and so we were all on the edge of our seat. And that particular play, we needed the first down, and I think it was getting late in the game, and they threw the ball out to Saquon, and he made it was basically him and the defender. He made that hurdle and was able to pick up the first down. That gave us a chance to win. A lot of it comes from photographs. Okay. I'll find different photographs, But if you can't find the perfect photograph, you know, I might take two and piece them together and draw it from that. And then sometimes you just gotta be creative and you know, change things yourself. But, you know, most of the time, like the Saquon one behind me, people said, you know, he didn't really jump that high, did he? And I'm like, yeah, he did. And if you go back and you match it up side by side next to the photo, he really cleared that guy by like a good foot.
Philadelphia Eagles running back Saquon Barkley did get to see Voice's illustration of one of his biggest plays, and he signed a copy for the artist. And he's not the only former Penn State player who seems to be a fan, just like Shafi Fields.
That's probably one of my favorite sports drawings that I've done. So I remember when I saw it live on TV, Penn State ended up losing that game, but they were driving down the field and they went to Dotson twice, 2 plays in a row. And he made the first catch he made was fantastic, but then the second one, which was the one-handed grab that you see in the picture, that one was like, you know, made your jaw drop. Anyway, so I posted the drawing, and it was like a week later, Dotson's mom saw it online, and she said, do you think that, you know, that I would be able to get a copy? And I said, this is of your son, of course you can have a copy. So I made a trip out to their house, and I was actually able to meet Jahan, and it was a great time, and he was a really nice person to meet.
Once Voice started posting his work online, he got a lot of positive responses, so he decided to take a leap of his own. Voice quit his job in graphic design and started to really focus on his illustrations. Now he creates commission pieces. To bring a highlight to life, head to stevevoice.com for more information or reach out to the email up on your screen.
The reactions that you get can be all over the map. But yeah, it can bring you back to that special place in time where you can say, I was there at this particular moment, and the guy did the impossible, and it's something that you remember forever.
After this break, we rock along with the Monoy area Golden Bears boys basketball team as they bring a town together and cement another successful season for the proud program in Schuylkill County.